Set your alarm, aren't you hungry?
Leading medical researchers are coming to the conclusion that marijuana, pot, grass, whatever you want to call it, is probably the most dangerous drug in the United States, and we haven't begun to find out all of the ill effects, but they are permanent ill effects.
Propaganda. Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. Bruh, propaganda. Basically what that is it can be misleading, ideas, misleading, biased ideas, spread in whatever outlet or medium to get people to subscribe to certain ways of thinking, right? So back in I've been doing research on this, but I'm gonna gloss over. So back in the World War I, World War II times, propaganda was in movies and newspapers and whatever media they had back then that they could get out to the most people. And basically what that was doing was getting people to accept war or be a part of war in whatever way possible at the time. They would place propaganda in the movies. They would make certain public figures look like such villains or such heroes. It was all a way to push a narrative, some type of propaganda, which still exists nowadays, bruh. Cause it's still in movies. It's just probably not as direct as it was back then. Cause you got to think now, people have, it's more independence now. We're in the information age, so you don't have to, like music artists, they don't necessarily have to go to a label. They can do more things independent now because of the internet. Same thing with film, same thing with movies, bro. You have a lot more independent directors now. YouTube, this platform is a media outlet for any regular person to hop on the camera and upload their ideas, their biases, their propaganda. See, now it was coming from the government at one point, but now individuals like myself, individuals like any YouTuber that you subscribe to, they're able to get on here and spread their narratives or their biases or their what's the word? I don't want to say all of them are misleading, but now it's less of a filter now. So propaganda can come in, from the top dog all the way down to, the dude that you probably pass every day on your way to work or whatever, bruh. But Ronald freaking Reagan, bruh, in that clip that I showed talking about some marijuana is the most dangerous thing with the most dangerous effects that they don't know. You gotta think, this was back in the 1980s, bruh. This was the crack era. Everybody was on crack, bruh. Crack and heroin and crack, bruh. And this was killing the community. It was killing this epidemic. That epidemic in the 80s was killing the black community. But then he want to turn around and say marijuana, weed is the most dangerous thing. That was propaganda. He probably smoked it himself. He was probably high himself, bruh. Talking about some weed, and you talking about the 1980s, bruh. They was probably smoking dirt and soil, bruh. These 2022, imagine you taking some 2022 weed to the 1980s back in the 1980s, bruh. They would lose their freaking mind. 1980s niggas smoking some 2022 weed, bruh. Come on now. Crack, alcohol, and tobacco were proven to be way more dangerous than weed, bruh. Alcohol and tobacco had warning labels on it. Alcohol, you had to be a certain age. Well, I don't know about back then, but they gave it a age limit, bruh. Proven to be more harmful than weed could ever be, but it was completely legal. The whole idea, the propaganda behind weed was dangerous, probably had a monetary motive behind it. People smoke this weed, they won't pay for drugs, this is gonna affect whatever industry that I'm a part of. So I'm gonna tell them that this is dangerous, but I'm gonna spread this more dangerous substance throughout the community. Propaganda. Another more recent, example of propaganda would be like in the movies, like Thanos in Infinity War.
Titan was like most planets. Too many mouths, not enough to go around. And when we faced extinction, I offered a solution.
Genocide.
You know, my favorite Marvel movie for the longest time from the MCU was Captain America Civil War until Infinity War came out. And I like Endgame too, but I particularly like Infinity War, bruh. And in that movie, Thanos' whole mission was basically genocide. He didn't look at it that way, but that's what it was, bruh. In his eyes, he looked at it as cleansing an earth or a planet, like a purge, like the movie Purge. That's another example. But purging the planet, cleansing it to preserve its natural resources, to have a better future. It was mass genocide, but he didn't look at it that way. So if say Thanos was a public figure and he was an elected official in the office and he had those same views and same ideas, mass genocide, he would probably push some type of propaganda to get people to accept those ideas subconsciously without it being so direct. Because that's what these movies are doing. If you pay attention to Purge, Thanos and Infinity War, and I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of other movies, you slowly, like zombie apocalypse, bro, like all those end of the world type movies, you slowly accept that type of propaganda over time. But basically what propaganda really gets down to is putting responsibility on the individual for the outcome of what the future can be. So the biggest, most recent example of that would be the can I say this word? All right, so you got headache, you got stomach ache, and you got pandemic. The pandemic. You got me? So the propaganda behind that was everybody go and get the jab, you know, because of this pandemic. And when everybody gets the jab, it's supposed to slow down or stop the spread of the virus. You got me? And that's propaganda, whether you were for or against it, whether you believe it or you had your own ideas about what it really is, or, you know, it's still propaganda, because now you putting that responsibility on the masses of people to take action to do a particular thing to for the outcome of humanity or this planet or the world or whatever. That propaganda, those ideas, like I said in the definition, the actual definition of the word propaganda that I put at the beginning of the video is biased or misleading ideas on political views. It might not be word for word, bar for bar, but that's basically what it is. So, and knowing that the propaganda, you know, is everywhere, whether we realize it or not. But, you know, we all just gotta learn how to think for ourselves at the end of the day, at the end of the night. But, you know, that's propaganda, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all be safe. I'm out. Bruh, y'all go check out my boy Cal the Ghost. He be making all the beats you hear in my videos. He's a beat maker, producer, mixer, master. He do it all, bruh. Y'all go check him out, Cal the Ghost. I'm gonna put all the links in the description. That's at Cal the Ghost. Bruh, you recording? Bruh, you recording? Bruh, you recording?